I fasted for 30 days straight, hit my window every single time, and I didn't lose a single pound. Turns out I was doing everything wrong, and you probably are too. Here's the thing, if you've been fasting for months and the scale hasn't moved, the problem isn't your discipline. It's not the fasting window. It's what's happening around the clock that's sabotaging you. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly why you're stuck, and more importantly, how to fix it. No gimmicks, just the science that nobody's talking about. So let's start with the biggest one, sleep. I know, you clicked on a fasting video and I'm talking about sleep. But hear me out, because this is wild. Researchers at the University of Chicago took healthy people and restricted their sleep to 4.5 hours for just 4 nights. 4 nights! And their fat cells became as insulin resistant as someone who's obese or diabetic. 4 nights of bad sleep basically erased every insulin benefit you're trying to get from fasting. Your fat cells are like, nope, we're closed for business. But wait, it gets worse. Another study had people in a caloric deficit. Same calories, same deficit. One group slept 5.5 hours. The other slept 8.5 hours. The sleep-deprived group lost 60% more muscle and 55% less fat. Same diet, wildly different results, all because of sleep. And here's the cherry on top. When you don't sleep enough, your hunger hormone ghrelin goes up 28%, while your fullness hormone leptin drops 18%. So you're hungrier, you don't feel full, and your body is craving the exact foods you're trying to avoid. Cookies, chips, that weird cheese you found in the back of the fridge at 11 p.m. Your body wants all of it. So if you're fasting perfectly but sleeping 5 hours a night, congratulations, you're playing the game on impossible mode. Fix it by finishing your last meal 2 to 3 hours before bed. Cut caffeine 8 to 10 hours before sleep. And honestly, prioritize sleep over fasting duration. An extra hour of sleep will do more for your fat loss than an extra hour of fasting. I promise. Okay, next up, stress. And this one's sneaky. Fasting is actually a stressor, a good stressor like exercise. But here's the problem. Your body doesn't have separate buckets for work stress, relationship stress, money stress, and fasting stress. It all goes into one bucket. And when that bucket overflows, your body goes into survival mode. Dr. Jason Fung, who's like the godfather of fasting, says it straight. Fasting doesn't lower cortisol. Fasting is a stress on the body. If excess stress is your problem, fasting is not the answer. When cortisol is chronically elevated, your body literally stores fat around your belly. Not your arms, not your legs, your belly. Because belly fat has more cortisol receptors than anywhere else. So you could be in a perfect caloric deficit, fasting 18 hours a day, and still gaining belly fat because your stress levels are through the roof. And cortisol doesn't just store fat, it breaks down muscle. So you're getting a double whammy. More fat storage, less muscle, lower metabolism, harder to lose weight. It's a vicious cycle. Signs you might be overstressed? Waking up between 2 and 4 a.m., craving sweets and salty foods, feeling wired but tired. If that's you, honestly, consider shortening your fasting window. Go from 18:6 to 14:10. Sometimes less fasting is more results. I know that sounds backwards, but your body will thank you. All right, number 3, what you eat during your eating window. This is where a lot of people mess up. They fast perfectly for 16 hours and then eat like a raccoon who found a Costco dumpster. Here's the science. The NIH did this incredible study where they matched 2 diets perfectly. Same calories, same macros, same fiber, same sugar. The only difference? One group ate whole foods. The other ate ultra-processed foods. The processed food group ate 500 extra calories per day without even realizing it. Same portions presented. They just kept eating more, and they gained 2 pounds in 2 weeks, while the whole food group lost 2 pounds. Ultra-processed foods literally hack your brain's fullness signals. They're designed to bypass your satiety hormones, so you don't feel full even when you've eaten enough. Your brain is sitting there like, I don't know, I guess we're still hungry. Meanwhile, your stomach is about to file for bankruptcy. And protein. Oh man, we need to talk about protein. If you're not eating enough protein, you're losing muscle. and every pound of muscle you lose is like unplugging a little fat-burning furnace in your body. Studies show you need at least 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. And that needs to be distributed across your eating window, not crammed into one giant protein shake that makes you feel like you swallowed a bowling ball. Eat your protein first at every meal. Slow down. Take 30 minutes to eat instead of 5. And cut the ultra-processed stuff to less than 10% of your calories. Your body will actually feel full again. Revolutionary concept, I know. Number 4. Your metabolism has adapted and you haven't. Remember The Biggest Loser? Researchers followed those contestants for 6 years, and what they found was kind of heartbreaking. Their metabolisms were burning 500 fewer calories per day than expected based on their body size, even 6 years later. Their bodies had adapted so hard to restriction that they had to eat 500 fewer calories than someone who was never obese just to maintain their weight. This happens to regular people too. Not to that extreme, but it happens. Your body reduces something called NEAT. That stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Basically, all the calories you burn from fidgeting, walking around, standing, just existing. When you've been in a deficit for too long, your body unconsciously reduces this stuff. You sit more, you fidget less, you move slower. You don't even notice it's happening. Your thyroid hormones also drop. Some studies show T3, your active thyroid hormone, can drop up to 66% on very low-calorie diets. Your body is literally turning down the thermostat to conserve energy. The fix? Diet breaks. I'm serious. A study called Matador found that people who alternated 2 weeks of dieting with 2 weeks of eating at maintenance lost more fat, kept more muscle, and regained less weight than people who dieted straight through. Every 8 to 12 weeks, take a 1 to 2 week break at maintenance calories. It feels counterintuitive, but you're basically telling your body, hey, we're not starving. You can keep the metabolism running. Number 5, hydration and electrolytes. When you fast, your insulin drops. When insulin drops, your kidneys dump sodium and water, like a lot. On day 1 of extended fasting, you can lose an extra 1,000 to 5,000 milligrams of sodium, and if you're just drinking plain water, you might actually make things worse by diluting your blood sodium even more. Those headaches you get while fasting, that brain fog, the fatigue, that's probably not carb withdrawal. That's your body screaming for salt. Here's a quick test. Next time you feel garbage while fasting, put a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt in water and drink it. If you feel better in 15 to 30 minutes, you found your problem. 0-calorie electrolytes don't break your fast. They don't trigger insulin. They just make you feel like a human being again. And finally, number 6, weekend inconsistency. This is the silent killer. You create a 500-calorie deficit Monday through Friday. That's 2,500 calories saved. Amazing. Then Saturday and Sunday, you have brunch with friends, some drinks, maybe a cheat meal or 3, and suddenly you're at a 1,500 calorie surplus each day. That's 3,000 calories extra. Do the math. 2,500 saved minus 3,000 spent equals 500 calories in the hole. You actually gained on the week, even though you were perfect 5 days out of 7. Research shows Americans eat an average of 115 more calories per day on weekends. But for many people, it's way more than that. One bad weekend can literally erase an entire week of discipline. And alcohol? Don't even get me started. When you drink, your body stops burning fat and prioritizes burning off the alcohol first. For 12 to 36 hours, your fat burning is basically paused. Plus, alcohol has 7 calories per gram, lowers your inhibitions so you eat more, and destroys your sleep quality, which messes up your hunger hormones the next day. It's like a chain reaction of sabotage. So here's the bottom line. Fasting works. The science is solid. But fasting is just one piece of the puzzle. If you're sleeping 5 hours, stressed to the max, eating processed garbage during your window, never taking diet breaks, dehydrated, and blowing your calories on weekends, no fasting protocol in the world is going to save you. Fix the foundation. Sleep more. Manage stress. Eat real food with enough protein. Stay hydrated with electrolytes. Take breaks. Be consistent on weekends. Do that, and I promise you'll break through that plateau. If this helped you, smash that subscribe button. I drop videos like this every week, breaking down the science of what actually works. Not the hype, not the trends, the real stuff. I'll see you in the next one.